Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend some time with us today. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. Hope y'all enjoy it.
Well, it's that time of year again. We're going to go up to my grandma's and hang our country hams. And I know a lot of y'all come to our channel from our country ham video. And so I thought we'd bring you along and show you how we hang them. It's really nothing that special. Our hams, which I'll show you when I get up there, our hams will lay out on a table from the time we salted them down till now. And then when the sap starts rising in the trees, usually when it starts warming up in the spring, is when we go hang them. And it's warming up a little bit earlier this year than normal, so we thought we better go ahead and hang them. And then they'll hang there for, at least 6 months, maybe longer. I mean, they can definitely hang longer. And a lot of times they do, but it's so right now we're at the end of February, and so our hams will typically hang till sometime around August, late August, all the way up until towards the end of the year is when we would be slicing them and everything. But anyways, they at least need to hang 6 months and kind of go through that little bit of a process there. But we're gonna get up there. My daddy's gonna be up there, and we're going to try to get them hung up this morning. So we got up here. I'll show you what our hams look like right now. Right here they are, all wrapped up. Been laying here since, part of them's been laying here since around the end of November, and the other part since, well, all through the month of December, really. And so we'll take these and put them in a white cotton sack, and we're going to hang them out here in the tobacco barn. Now, a lot of people's asked about this building they're in. This is just a building outside. Like, there's no climate control or nothing like that in this building. It's basically just a wood frame building with 10 outsides on it. And you can see up there, like, it's open around the eaves, all that. So, I mean, there's nothing special at all about this building. It's an old tobacco pack house. Now that it's starting to warm up outside, we kind of need to get them out of here, because this, you can imagine, being surrounded by 10, it starts to heat up in here pretty quickly. So we're going to get maybe not all of them out today, but most of them. And like I said, we'll be hanging them out here in the tobacco barn. But once we go to hanging, I may not do much talking. I'm just going to let Jacob hold the camera and kind of film what we're doing, because, well, I'll be busy. We just basically use the cold temperatures of the outside as our refrigeration. So you couldn't do this in the middle of the summer and expect it to work. Your meat would rot before it took salt. So that's why we start processing our hogs in the later part of the year when it starts turning cold. You know, there's an old saying, once it starts turning cold outside, everybody says that's good hog killing weather. Well, that's where that saying come from. You know, you process your meats in the cooler part of the year, so you don't have to hurry up and worry about refrigeration and stuff like that. But anyways, we're going to get these things hung up. You always got to put that thing with the hock side down.
We can do them that way. A lot of people do it the other way.
Put the hock up?
Put the hock up.
I thought everybody put the hock down.
Yeah. I have some people do.
What's the hot down?
The hock's where the leg was. That's what you call that. That's the hock right there. now they're going into the barn. We use that little rope to hang them up, just like that. All right, got it. Look at there. Pretty.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Salt with my eye.
Wait a minute, they've moved. We'll have to loosen that nut and put it over. We'll tie this one on this end. Now, come on, Will. Come on. All right. Pick this one back up. Push it. All right.
You've been doing this since you was a youngin'. There's the finished product. You think so? So there they are, hanging in the barn. Tobacco sticks running across there, and that tin will sort of help anything that may fall, shelter them from it. But let's see if I can get you a better view right there. I was just asking Daddy, and he said they've been hanging them in this barn since he was a little kid. But so these will hang here now till, well, probably for at least 6 months at the earliest, and then some of them will probably hang here till December or January. But anyways, we got them hung. They look good. Hopefully none of them fall. So before I leave from up here at Grandma's, I wanted to mention something real quick, or just kind of show y'all a little bit. This is this place here has been in the family for a very long time. The house that sits right through the woods there, that was my great grandpa's house, and then they built this barn right here. Maybe sometime I can show y'all around that barn, but they built that barn out there a long time ago, and Daddy told me that every single piece of wood in that barn was cut from this place here, sawed on a sawmill that was brought here by a man that used to go around and do that stuff. And every board, everything in there was cut by hand, nailed by hand, all that. You know, that was before power tools. But anyways, what I wanted to show y'all real quick was, so Daddy was just telling me, you know, everybody always talks about my daddy's fence, and y'all saw my fence the other day in that other video. And, you know, I had some stuff that was rigged up on it. And anyways, I just want to show y'all what Daddy keeps his cows in here. And this fence has been here since he was a little kid too. Of course, it's had repairs done to it, but you know, it's not 100% original, but still, everybody around here is always pretty amazed that he keeps cows and what he keeps cows in here. But this is not the only place he has cows. He has cows down at his house as well, and they're in 2 strands of barbed wire. But look at this. Of course, y'all don't mind the mess out here. It's been really muddy this year, and this is where he feeds hay. But we got 1 strand of rusted barbed wire. Corner post is a locust tree here, and then it runs on down through the woods that way, runs out that way, and then there's a lot of grass out yonder's way. But all the way around this whole fence looks just like that right there. 1 strand. And what we were just talking about was how, you know, people nowadays can't keep animals up and all that stuff. But I just asked him, I'm like, you know, what is the secret to keep an animal in this fence? Number one, they got to have food. You don't want your animals to get hungry and go to searching for something to eat. And number two, power. He said that's the main thing that he, you know, to keeping animals in a fence like that right there is make sure you keep good power on it all the time. And, you know, I better knock on wood before I say this. But, so I'm not superstitious, but it's always nice to be on the safe side. But anyway, it don't never hurt. But anyways, you know, he's always done pretty good about keeping animals up. He doesn't have a reputation for animals getting out of his fences. And, you know, everybody makes fencing so expensive anymore. And, you know, everybody's focused on, you know, they'll spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a fence. You know, you can build a fence just like this right here. I mean, if it works for Daddy, it'll work for you too. You just got to make sure your animals don't get hungry. And got to make sure you keep power on it. But, yeah, out there's the old barn. Like I said, they built that, gosh, probably back in the early 1900s or, you know, maybe the 40s or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to find out about that. Maybe I can take y'all out there and show you around in that barn, because it's a really nice barn. And, you know, I used to play in it all the time when I was a kid. But anyways, I guess I'm going to head back down the road. I've lost Jacob. He was with me, but he went home with Papa. So I guess I'm going back home alone.
Well, it's time to get some supper fixed. Got some leftover ribs here that I'm just picking the meat off of. I always try to make extra of stuff, so I will have leftovers. Leftovers make for such an easy meal, but you may not want to eat it the same way. So tonight, we are having pulled pork quesadillas. It's something, it's one of those things that I kind of made up, but it's what I like to make when I have leftover pork sometimes. And I put the little shredded pork in a tortilla with some cheese and little barbecue sauce. I know that don't kind of sound like it goes together, but it is so good. So that's what we're having tonight, as soon as I get all this meat picked off. Yum, yum. Well, it's supper time, so I guess we're gonna eat us a bite.
Yeah, boy, it sure does look good. Amazing what you can do with some leftover pork.
Yep. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a little something. Say hello in the comments if you want to. We love to hear from y'all. And anyways, till we see y'all on the next one, y'all have a good one.
See y'all later. Have a good one.